On June 1st, Poles will elect a new president in the second round of a hotly contested election. Who are the two candidates? What's their stance on the current rule of law crisis? And why is this election crucial to resolve this issue?
This is the rule of law watch.
First, we need to understand how presidential powers work in Poland. The president has an unusual mandate, elected by a popular vote with powers and competences stronger than the president of Germany, yet much weaker than the president of France. The president plays a crucial role in the legislative process. After parliament passes a bill, the president might sign it into law, but can also veto it or request that the Constitutional Tribunal review it. A veto may be overturned in parliament, but this requires the qualified majority of votes, something the current ruling coalition can hardly achieve. Under this arrangement, the president can effectively halt any legislation in its tracks. As mentioned, the Polish government is aiming to reform the judiciary and repair the rule of law after a prolonged crisis. For that to happen, Prime Minister Tusk must gain an ally in the presidential palace. The outgoing president Andrzej Duda has used his powers to veto legislation and force the constitutional review to stall government's efforts. Duda did not cooperate on the rule of law front. Now, why does it all matter? Well, the two candidates who made it into the second round represent vastly different approaches to fixing the rule of law in Poland. Rafał Trzaskowski, the mayor of Warsaw, is a member of Civic Platform, the party of Prime Minister Tusk. If he wins, he's expected to align with the government and move forward its legislative agenda. That would pave the way for key rule of law reforms, such as those on the Constitutional Court or the National Council of Judiciary. Karol Nawrocki is the polar opposite of Trzaskowski. Nawrocki is supported by the chief opposition party, Law and Justice, which governed between 2015 and 2023 and damaged the rule of law. Back in the days, Law and Justice implemented extensive changes to the Polish judiciary that contravened EU law and the European Convention on Human Rights. Nawrocki is anticipated to hinder the efforts of Tusk government. He is likely to impede any new laws concerning the judiciary and will contest the ruling majority's agenda. Poland's constitution is designed to create a balance between the president and other parts of the government, encouraging cooperation and compromise. But in a deeply divided political climate, that balance is difficult to achieve. The fate of Poland's rule of law repair hangs in the balance. While citizens have many valid concerns in areas like security, defense, economy, and migration, this election will clearly decide if Poland recommits to the rule of law. It will be a tight race on June 1st, indeed deciding the future of this country.